personally, and speaking about the profession of architecture, I think the way we create the dwellings we live in has effects on people. I think it's a great opportunity to create spaces that impact people in positive ways. You know, whether it's just the act of living or raising a family or entertaining, specific to single-family residential. I think that's the joy and that's the reward in practicing architecture, is to influence people's lives. My name's Kyle Gaffney. I'm the founding partner of SKB Architects in Seattle. I think Medina itself is probably, midfield for the Northwest. I mean, you can't ask for a better view. There's a sense of privacy and seclusion on this site, and yet I'm 20 minutes from downtown. So I think from a locale standpoint, this property, and Medina in general, but this property, again, it's in the sweet spot. And speaking about this house, Wendell Lovett, an amazing architect here in Seattle, and he was a modernist. And this Cutler-Girdler property, this was towards the end of his career. And he practiced modernism throughout his career, but his palette was really Northwest driven. So it was a lot of wood used in his earlier homes, but still in a modernist way. It was not imitating his style. And then this project came, and again, as I was saying earlier, there's new construction methods. There's new techniques in drawing. The thing that I put together about this house, and the reason I think it's so significant, is CAD drawing was just beginning. Computer drawing in the late 80s, early 90s was really getting a strong hold in the architectural profession. And we started to see softwares that were coming out of the aeronautical field. And so it allowed architects to employ drawing techniques that we couldn't do with just a Mayline and a triangle. So the CAD world and modeling opened up a whole different way of thinking about architecture. And so there were architects like Frank Gehry and Daniel Libeskind who were pushing that to the limit. And I think this house was definitely influenced by those two architects. Wendell really, it was cutting edge construction methods and drawing techniques. And I think Wendell really embraced it. Both Gehry's work and Libeskind's work in this house, it's clear that those were strong influences in this house. The most amazing part for me is that this was all drawn by hand. My wife and I have been looking for waterfront for 5 years. If this was in our price point, this would be what we would want. It's just such a nice respite to come from the energy of driving here and coming through the gate, and essentially it's coming into your own park.